IMF highlights climate change and DAOs as major threats to the Marshall Islands. The International Monetary Fund IMF has identified climate change and decentralized autonomous organizations DAOs as potential threats to the Republic of Marshall Islands. Therefore, the IMF urges reforms in light of these challenges. On July 9, the IMF published its disclosure titled Republic of the Marshall Islands, concluding statement of the 2023 Article IV Consultation Mission following the completion of its annual consultation with the Republic of the Marshall Islands RMI. According to the IMF, the country is expected to experience an economic recovery, rebounding from the financial impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic and the decline in its fishing industry. The organization concluded that the RMI's GDP is set to grow, with a projected increase of 3% in real terms for the fiscal year 2023. Despite this positive outlook, the IMF identified climate change and DAOs as ongoing threats to the nation. These factors continue to pose significant challenges and risks to the economy and overall development of the Republic of the Marshall Islands. IMF's concerns and warning about RMI's adoption of DAO and fintech ventures. From its published statement, the IMF expresses concern that for a country like the Marshall Islands, situated within the Central Pacific, which faces capacity constraints and needs a central bank, there may be a need for more than venturing into the crypto economy. Additionally, the IMF warns that engaging in fintech ventures may jeopardize the financial stability of the RMI. The future prospects are uncertain, and mostly negative risks are ahead. Domestically, fishing revenues and copper production fluctuations could impact economic growth and the current account. In 2022, the RMI took a significant step by passing legislation recognizing DAOs as legal entities and allowing them to incorporate as limited liability companies (LLCs). This decision caused considerable unease within the IMF, which expressed its concerns. The implementation of the DAO Act and the initiation of DAO registrations raised significant concerns due to the limited capacity and uncertainty surrounding the authorities' ability to regulate and supervise these initiatives effectively. Consequently, the IMF has recommended pausing DAO registrations and suggesting establishing a monetary authority before proceeding with DAOs, addressing climate change challenges in RMI, building a pipeline of climate projects, recognizing the vulnerability of RMI to climate change impacts such as rising sea levels, ocean inundation, and extreme weather events like droughts and storms. The IMF has advised that addressing climate-related challenges could not only mitigate risks, but also create opportunities for sustainable and inclusive growth. According to the IMF, substantial efforts will be required to prepare climate investment proposals for potential donors. Therefore, the authorities should focus on building a pipeline of climate projects that can be presented to donors as a comprehensive package and implemented as financing is secured. Establishing a dedicated climate finance unit within the government is advisable to manage the entire pipeline, from project identification to financing and implementation. Such a unit would facilitate the recruitment, training, and retention of skilled personnel necessary for overseeing project identification and implementation. Investing in renewable energy, such as rooftop solar and distributed grids, can significantly reduce fuel imports and operating costs while supporting the electrification of sparsely populated atolls and promoting more equitable economic development.